on, my Super Saiyan, which is Rhymestyle here, and today I'm joined by Kira back to talk about episode 125 of Dragon Ball Super, and there's so much to talk about with so little that actually happened. And okay, before I say that, what I mean by that is, it was mostly just focused around Toppo and his amazing ability, but there's a lot to talk about because that further gives us like a deeper look at the God of Destruction's abilities, and also kind of gives the ability to power scale bears. My hair is all over the place. We just took a shower.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about the episode first, and we'll dive into the God of Destruction stuff.
Okay.
So, once again, they're doing what they're going to be doing for the next couple weeks. Essentially, it'll start off with just seeing a small glimpse of like Goku and Vegeta versus Jiren, but not really focusing too much on that. They're going to be focusing on, I guess, the B-tier characters in this situation. It will be Toppo versus 17 and Frieza. Last week it was Gohan and Dispo, and we're knocking out the trash. Literally, stay in the trash can trash. They said that a couple times.
In the trash bin.
Yeah, in the trash. It's the Xenoverse quote. It's like what Omega Shenron always says. Stay in the trash can trash. So what was cool about this episode is they started going in on Toppo, and it's like, oh, he's done. Like the second.
I thought he was over.
Yeah, I mean, the second 17 was holding him back, and then Frieza jumps in. He's like, "Oh, this is it. Like, there's no way he's gonna, survive. He's out. He's out."
Yeah.
And of course, this sort of aspel happens. He taps into his God Destruction abilities. So we know that he is the candidate to be a God Destruction for Universe 11, but they never really specified much about it. He's been training for it, but outside of that, we don't really know much about what it takes to be a God Destruction, what kind of training you go through, yada yada yada. What Goku and Vegeta have been doing with Whis is not God Destruction training. It's just training to become more powerful. But now we know that there's more of a ritual that goes into it. I don't want to say actual ritual, but like steps, training.
Honestly, I think he was kind of going back and forth between deciding if he actually wanted to, too, because it says that he had to throw everything away in order to become a God of Destruction, and he's a man of justice.
Exactly. So that's what makes this so interesting, because it's like...
It is, huh?
You're all about justice, but if to be a God of Destruction, you have to destroy and throw away that justice.
Which leads us to believe that maybe he was just training and then thinking about it, and he wasn't quite there yet, but this tournament obviously is...
I mean, he has no other shot. It's like, okay, look, if I don't do it now, there won't be anybody to protect. There won't be... I mean, it doesn't matter if I'm a God of Destruction now if there's nothing to protect. So this is what makes it so interesting. You know, the biggest debate that we've ever gotten, and I'm sure this video is going to spark that debate again, is what would happen if, let's say, Vegito took on Beerus at full power. And a lot of people still say that, well, Goku and Vegeta put together have enough power to take on Beerus, which I can agree with, okay? Vegito, in Super Saiyan Blue form, for the 10 seconds that he has stamina, should be able to take on Beerus. However, I still don't think he can defeat him, and we saw that in Toppo tonight. I mean, it's clear that Beerus is by far more superior to the other gods of destruction. Well, technically, that's still not fully confirmed, but based on what we saw in the manga, he was taking on the god of destruction like it was nothing. But essentially what Toppo did is he covered his entire body in the Hakai energy, which we've seen a couple times. Hakai is basically the translation for destruction. We've seen it when Beerus Hakai Zamasu, one of the most favorite parts in all of Dragon Ball Super, and completely erased them. We've seen Hakai used to destroy planets when Sidra destroyed that planet that was like basically raging out over the fact that the universes were going to get erased. We also seen Hakai used with air quotes when it was fired at Frieza, but he survived it. So it shows that there's limitations to the powers. So basically what Hakai is, it's a key, it's a god key that destroys. And I guess there is an amount of power he can put into it, because I mean Sidra obviously wasn't strong enough to take on Frieza, but someone like Toppo fired that Hakai energy at Frieza and just took him out completely. So he also has him covered inside it, so it also acts as a barrier. So going back to the whole Beerus fight, if Beerus took on, let's say Vegito Blue, and I really hate to start this debate because I know it's going to flare up in the comments, but that's fine. We like to talk about our Dragon Ball, so by all means go for it. Just be nice to each other. If someone says they're on Team Vegito versus Team Beerus, let them, okay? It's okay. But looking at that situation now, I mean, we've seen Beerus go into this like glowy form in the games. In Xenoverse, for example, we've seen him go into, he rages out and he glows. But outside of that, we've never seen anything about it. It just seemed like, oh, it's Beerus' full power. But looking at what happened tonight, that basically it's the Hakai energy around you, which can basically protect you from taking damage. And I don't really know if someone like Vegito can actually do anything to him, because like Golden Frieza's powerful. Like, this man is as powerful as it gets. Granted, he's not as powerful as Vegito Blue, but he's pretty powerful.
Right, you saw him grab the destruction energy before.
Yeah, he's powerful. And for him to get just completely wiped out like it was nothing, like he literally just breathed on him. It'll probably be a really difficult fight. And again, when it comes out to the end of the day, when Vegito Blue takes on Beerus if that ever even was to happen. The ultimate weakness would be the fact that the timer will run out, they would use too much power, and then ultimately it'll come down to Goku and Vegeta, who'll probably get knocked out. This is probably why you need... But that makes me wonder, how would Ultra Instinct work against that? Because, like, even if Goku and Vegeta busted out the Ultra Instinct, or I guess Vegeta's new form, let's say Goku and Vegeta at max power, and Beerus is coded in that power, like, what kind of limitations are there with it? We don't know. I mean, realistically...
That's interesting because can't Beerus not even reach that yet?
Beerus does not have Ultra Instinct. I mean,
exactly.
he is hinted to have some kind of, like, is close to it, like, basically, like, similar to what we saw with Goku, but not fully has it achieved. But still, like, you know, if, even without it, all he has to do is cover himself with the Hakai Ki, and what can Goku and Vegeta do against that? What can Vegeta Blue do against that? I don't know. What do you guys think?
Maybe we'll find some loopholes in the next episode or something.
I hope we do.
Following
because
episodes.
We have only like 6-7 episodes left of Dragon Ball Super.
And 5 minutes.
And 5 minutes remaining, and knowing Dragon Ball Super is probably going to end without telling us too much, so us, the fandom, can talk about Hakai and the limitations of gods of destruction for the next 10 years. Hopefully they can bring back a new series before that actually happens. But it's definitely interesting. I mean, I don't know. Like, what we saw with Toppo was insane. I mean, it's fair to say Toppo is one of the more stronger gods. If you were to rank him, we would probably be up there with someone like maybe Beerus. And it's also tough to kind of tell because we've never even seen the other ones fight. But Sidra, we could all probably agree, was amongst the bottom tier of the gods of destruction as far as power. I mean, he was kind of overweight and just lazy. He is also very undecisive, so he was just a terrible guy, which is why Universe 9 sucked. But with that said, I mean, feel free to discuss that down below. But what happens next is what kind of blows my mind. This is a very, very important scene. First and foremost, if you're gonna fire Hakai, you can't kill. What are you doing, Toppo?
I know, right? I was like, where is this man? Like, why would you do this? Like, you're gonna get disqualified.
I mean, maybe he controlled it, you know, and you're just trying to like knock him out, which is fair enough to say.
But it's destruction power.
Yeah, it's like, what are you doing, boo-boo? Like,
what happens if you get hit with destruction power? You get destroyed.
Yeah, what if you accidentally killed Frieza and then you got disqualified, you idiot? But then again, he has training.
I almost thought that was gonna happen.
Yeah, he has training apparently. See, what would piss me off is if they would have actually erased Frieza or destroyed Frieza, and they'd be like, oh, we're doing this, it look cool, loophole. That would have made me mad. I'm so glad that they didn't do that. But what's important is, if you notice, Frieza didn't get knocked out. So Frieza came back, and first of all, much love to the iconic pose that he came back with one eye. This is like when he got hit by the Spirit Bomb playing Namek. He got very cocky, which, by the way, his biggest downfall was the fact that he got really cocky against Toppo, and he should have done that.
Yeah.
That was his biggest downfall.
That was obvious. I knew that was
I'm like, dude, come on, man. Frieza, you still have not done anything super epic. I've been waiting for you to have like a crazy moment like we saw when he fought against Goku before the tournament. So I was waiting for him to do something cool, and it's like, dude, don't get cocky yet. Clearly, he's a badass right now. Toppo is gonna, like, you know, he's gonna destroy you. Like, stop.
Yeah.
But when he came back, his cockiness still didn't stop, which again, that's one of his biggest weaknesses. He fired for some reason, he thought a supernova or death ball was gonna be enough to stop that, and this man literally flicked a speckle of Hakai and stopped it. And then he just squeezed his head and threw him off. Now, he didn't get knocked out. That part is incredibly important.
Yes.
I feel like that is going to be pretty much the ending of the tournament.
I think so too. I think they're all gonna like
get knocked out.
Yeah, they're
Frieza's
gonna get
still
knocked
there.
out, and then they're gonna be like, wait, what? Like they're gonna forget that he's there.
Yeah, and it's still. I mean, because the rule specifically said if someone is unconscious, you have to throw them out. If they're unconscious and still on the stage, it still counts. So I think this is exactly what's going to happen. But just go back to what I said a long time ago that Frieza's going to win the tournament. Just wait and see. Which then it will be interesting.
Man.
It's like what happens next because he gets his wish.
What is it gonna? Oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So it's like that part was incredibly important because like next week, clearly we're going to see 17 get knocked out. They didn't specify, but the fact that they talk about Toppo taking on Vegeta, he's done. It's over. I mean, I'm sorry, there's nothing you can do. As cool as 17 was, his time is done here.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was going to say.
But apparently, Vegeta is going to be taking on Toppo on an incredible level, and it's going to be about surpassing a guy, which again goes back to what we were saying about Beerus. It's like, can they take on Beerus? Well, if Vegeta alone can surpass Toppo and knock him out, then potentially. But ultimately, I feel like what this is going to lead down to, when it comes down to like the finale, like the final 30 seconds, is Jiren and Goku will probably knock each other out, Pikkon style. If you guys remember in the Otherworld tournament, Pikkon and Goku both knocked each other out by touching the ceiling. We're going to probably get something like that. And they're going to get knocked out, and it's like, everyone's like, oh, but who wins? It's a tie. It's like, no, it's not.
No.
Frieza's here by default.
Hey.
I can see that happening right now.
Me too.
Yeah, so with that said, feel free to discuss all that down below. It was a really epic episode, surprisingly epic. I mean, look, man, I slept on Toppo this entire time. Toppo to me was kind of like, well, he was there. He's like the Vegeta of Universe 11. No disrespect to Vegeta. He's just not as cool as the main character, which is Jiren. Even though technically we see more of Toppo in his personality than Jiren, and Jiren technically is boring right now. But hey, the manga Jiren is cool. Because he's all about justice as well. He doesn't kill, yada yada yada. But ultimately, I was actually blown away. It's really cool to see Toppo actually had that up his sleeves the entire time. And all I have now to say is what's going to happen next week. What can Vegeta do to actually surpass him? Because, I mean, we know he's fully maxed out. Vegeta's fully maxed out, and it's down to, like, this is my last shot. And I guess we are finally going to get our Toppo versus Vegeta fight that we've been waiting to see in the series since the tournament started. Now, the last question is how will Goku and Goku and Jiren fight each other? Because, like, they're together right now, and they're not doing anything to Jiren. So it's like, will Goku finally figure out how to, like, really get his Ultra Instinct to 100%? And like go out in a real epic final fight, or will something else stupid happen that will basically result in, I don't know, them both jumping off or something dumb, and then Frieza's still there and he ends up winning. So I don't know.
I don't know.
With that said, really exciting episode. It's kind of makes me sad that drama super ending because they're really going on with the bang right now. But I want to hear from you guys in the comment section below. Let us know your thoughts on everything that we discussed in tonight's episode, as well as anything you know, some stuff we might have missed. And other than that, we hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. This has been Kira Bang Rhymestyle, and we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Peace.